Hello everybody, this is GamerGar and welcome back to another episode of Stardew Valley. So this is the challenge run continuation. Can we make 5 million gold in just 1 year? So we're halfway through fall now at the moment, so we're getting there. And we're back down in the mines again as per usual, slaughtering dust sprites, getting coal, and mining up ores as quickly as possible. So the reason why we're mining up so much ores is because we need to make at least 50 to 60 kegs every week. So once the resins become available in the desert, we need to have the bars and the wood there so we can make the kegs. So it's basically just a keg race now at the moment until the end of the year. Ooh, a burglar ring. Now that's a really nice addition. And burglar ring is a reward from completing one of the Monster Slayer goals in the Adventurers Guild there. And what's great about the burglar ring is that it increases the drop chance of items when you slay monsters, which is magnificent. So we're on day number 16 now, and the trend continues. I've got my lava katana, I've got my pick. Back to the mines. Let's go again. So, I mean, this is basically it for the rest of fall. It's the mines. I don't think we do any fishing at all. It's basically just a grind fest to get metals. Now, when you see the diamond nodes like this, it's great. It just means extra money for us. So it's myself and the wife back in the mines again. Copper ore, iron ore, gold ore. That's what we need at the moment. It's lovely when you get those clusters. You just have to put a bomb down there. Look at all that lovely ore. Fabulous. So our levels are increasing in terms of mining and combat, which is great. The wife just got level 6 combat right there. So we want to get that up as quickly as possible so we can start going into the skull cavern. So we're on day 17 now, and some of the pumpkins here can be harvested. So it doesn't really matter which one of us harvests the pumpkins now, because both of our farming levels are maxed out. So the wife is also upgrading her axe, because both of us now are going to be cutting down trees, both of us are, we're going to be mining. And I just got another prismatic shard there, holy god. Day number 17, prismatic shard. That's the second prismatic shard that we've gotten now. And I think the main reason why we're getting so lucky is because we're literally living in the mines. Both of us are going into the mines every day, mining stuff, slaying monsters. So that is going to be a galaxy sword for me. And the horrible thing about it is that I just forked out like 20 or 25 grand on that lava katana. I'm not going to get that money back, but I don't care. Galaxy sword all the way. And the great thing about getting the galaxy sword is that it unlocks the whole galaxy tier of weapons in the Adventurers Guild. So like we can go to the Adventurers Guild now and we can purchase the galaxy hammer, for example, if we want that. And the galaxy hammer is actually my go-to weapon because I like the secondary function on it, where you slam the hammer onto the ground and it creates like an AoE effect which damages multiple enemies around you. And what's a great tip is that when you slam that hammer on the ground, if you spam the regular attack button, the AoE attack, which AoE means area of effect, by the way, if you don't know if you don't know what that is, it increases the AoE damage. So there is my galaxy sword. That's 2 galaxy swords that we have now. So God help the monsters when we do go into the skull cave. So I'm planting more seeds down here now because, believe it or not, we're actually going through a lot of wood from making the kegs. And I'm putting down tree fertilizer as well. So the wife got level 5 forage in there now, and she's going to go for the gather. Trees drop 25% more wood. I got level 8 foraging. So we're on day number 19 now. We've swapped up the priorities. Some of the trees have grown back, so we're cutting down those trees. And that's basically what this is. If we see trees, we cut them down, because you want to keep the wood stock up high all the time. Because when you start making 40 and 50 kegs, you just burn through the wood so quickly. I mean, you'd think if you have a few stacks of 999 wood, you're sorted for the rest of the game. I can tell you right now, you're not. You're not, because each of these kegs, I think it's 30 wood. So when you start making loads of kegs, you use it up very quickly. So as you can see, we have a huge amount of kegs at the moment, but we don't stop there. We continue to make more and more kegs. I upgraded my pickaxe to a gold pickaxe just to make the mines go a bit faster for me, and the wife gets a steel pickaxe. But we're more or less prepared for Skull Cavern for winter. That's why we're upgrading the pickaxes now. But it's also nice to just one-shot these nodes, especially the copper nodes. Just one strike with the axe, and it breaks. So it does make a huge difference when you spend the whole day in the mines. You know, it does allow you to gather more coal and more coppers, more irons and more gold. So, day number 21, our kegs have produced more Starfruit Wine for us, which is great, and our trees have produced more resin. So we're doing really well at the moment. The grinding that we're doing is paying off. So we still have Starfruits. We haven't even started at the pumpkins yet. So it's, you know, the chase is on. Now as you can see, we only have a handful of Starfruits left. So once we run out of Starfruits, it'll be on to pumpkin processing. I mean, we've thousands of pumpkins. So it's rare enough when you see a train, but in my experience, the trains, they never drop anything good. Take my advice, don't ever get in front of the train. It will kill you, and you will end up in the clinic with Harvey looking after you. So, I tried to stop the train one day just to see what would happen, and it just ran me over. So the train can hurt you. So I'm just purchasing some staircases here now. We're just getting ready for the Skull Cavern, getting some warp totems as well. The great thing about getting the warp totems early is that you can get to the desert at 6 o'clock in the morning. You don't have to wait for lazy alcoholic Pam to get there at 10 o'clock. I mean, that's 4 hours of a difference, and when you're farming Skull Cavern, that's a huge time saver. So loads more copper ores there again for the wife, which is great. I'm certainly going to take those. And the great thing about upgrading these pickaxes is that because you're mowing through the ores way faster, you're going to level up the mining much faster as well. So, you know, I should get level 7 mining there now, which is great. So day number 22, more pumpkins. Now this is just a small batch of pumpkins. We still have a lot more that are growing that we will be able to harvest over the next couple of days. So it's back into the mines here now, and our mining and combat levels have risen quite dramatically, which is great. Got another diamond there, which is fantastic. I love when enemies drop diamonds. But the burglaring pays off because, as you can see there, I get more bat wings, for example, when I kill the bats. You know, you just get more of everything with the burglaring. Later on, we'll save for an endgame file when I'm doing Skull Cavern. And when I combine rings, I generally combine a burglar ring with a slime charmer ring. And then for my second combination of rings, I would combine another burglar ring with something else, you know, depending on my mood. But I normally go in with 2 burglar rings just to increase the drop rate of items, because the monsters in this game, some of them, can drop amazing items. So a meteor hit our farm last night, so we're going to break that open now. Might get some nice iridium ores here. Got 6 iridium ores, that's brilliant. That's an iridium bar right there. So I'm going to cut down all these trees here now. This is why tree fertilizer is so overpowered. I only planted these trees 1 or 2 days ago, and I can cut down the trees now. That's why you want to be getting your hands on tree fertilizer as quickly as possible, especially when you're doing challenge runs, because it allows you to farm as much wood as you like. So it's the usual story again here, back into the mines, breaking open the ores. 211 crit on the Galaxy Sword, it's brilliant. Day number 24, so our farming is more or less coming to an end. Our fishing has more or less come to an end. What we need to prioritise now is mining and making kegs. So we don't do any farming in winter. Winter is basically making kegs, going into Skull Cavern. Winter is a whole lot of fun, to be honest with you. So that was the tactic that we chose for the challenge run. You know, it was strawberries, then it was starfruit, and then it was pumpkins. Some people ignore the strawberries and they farm Skull Cavern early, and they just buy a lot of starfruit from selling iridium bars and other stuff that the monsters drop in the Skull Cave. Because there's a lot of nice stuff you can get in the Skull Cave that sells for a whole lot of money. You know, those mummies, for example, they can drop cloth, which is an artisan good. So if you have the artisan profession, you can get some nice money from selling cloth. The ghosts, you know, they can drop batteries. The iridium bars sell for a lot of money as well. So if I got level 10 combat, and my advice to you is that if you ever get level 10 combat, always go with the 15% more damage. Do not take the health increase, because when you go into the likes of Skull Cavern and the harder caves, you want enemies to die as quickly as possible. Now the 25 health does seem lucrative, but you don't need it. What you need is a very powerful weapon that's going to make mince meat of enemies when they come near you. If your health gets low, you can always just take food. And there's loads of great food options. Gus has an unlimited supply of salads, and we do purchase a lot of salads off Gus later on with the money that we have for Skull Cavern for healing food. So as you can see here, the burgering is paying off. I'm getting winter roots. I'm getting more coal off the dust sprites. Got a couple of coffee beans there. And we're selling all this because we don't really need it. It's not like we're trying to complete the community centre or anything, you know, just a strict challenge run. We want to make as much money as possible. The goal, of course, is 5 million, but if we make more, it's a bonus. What's amazing is that when we first started this run, we were going to call it the 2 million run. But halfway through the run, we kind of said to each other, you know what, we can probably go for the 5. But I'm not going to tell you right now if we get the 5 or not. What I will tell you is that, it's a close call. It's a very close call. So I just got the Dwarvish translation guide there, and the reason why I kept the scrolls to get that was because you can buy bombs off the dwarf, which is really handy for Skull Cavern. Gus here sells loads of great recipes. One of the recipes he does sell, however, is a triple shot espresso. Because we didn't plant the coffee bean at the start of the game, it's because we didn't get a coffee bean at the start of the game. We didn't have a coffee farm, so we couldn't make our own coffee. So I just bought loads of salads off Gus there. So what we're doing now is we're preparing ourselves for Skull Cavern runs. So I'm making more staircases here with the stone that we have accumulated. I've got salads. I've stocked up on some diamonds there that I can trade in for triple shot espressos. I've got rubies that I can trade in for spicy eels. So that's my double speed buff and my luck buff right there. And now we're going to buy bombs off the dwarf. So we're going to buy loads of bombs, hundreds of bombs. So day number 28, and our kegs have a lot more Starfruit Wine that we are going to collect. That's a lot of Starfruit Wine. And of course we're going to sell that. So for the next video for winter, you're going to see a lot of Skull Cavern runs. You're going to see lots of monster slaying, treasure rooms, getting down through the floors. You'll see more keg building. So the farming is finished with, the fishing is finished with. I think the regular mines are finished with as well. So I'm just going to purchase some buff food here off the desert trader. Get more staircases here as well. And I'm going to pick up all these resins. So there's my gold axe off Clint. And I mean, I didn't need the gold axe, but I said, you know what, I'm just going to get it just so it makes trees, a lot faster to cut down. And there's more wood. So you want to keep topped up on the wood always. The last thing you want is wood when you're making those kegs. Going to go into the secret woods here as well, actually. Get the goodies inside here. So I'm going to leave the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to upload the next Stardew Valley video in the next day or two, so stay tuned for that. If you've liked the Stardew Valley content that we've done so far, make sure to subscribe, because it's going to help us out a lot. So we're going to leave it there, folks. As always, I hope you have a great day. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified for my future videos. And as always, have a great day.